Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. I hope you're all doing well today. Today's video brings you a review of a new makeup from renowned bootmaker Grant Stone, based out of Michigan with production facilities in China, featuring Goodyear Welted production. This is their field boot in a snuff kudu leather built on a wedge sole of Grant Stone's own manufacture. So this is a makeup that really struck me for a number of reasons. I first really like the detailing and the work done with this boot. You can see that Grant Stone is offering a fairly high stitch density across that Goodyear welt. I like the fact that there's this additional paneling that helps protect the front of the toe during more active wear. I see this particular boot as a really great option for all weather use, particularly if hiking around outdoors in inclement climates. Maybe not necessarily icy snow, because this wedge sole may be more difficult in those situations, but if you're tromping around in the woods outdoors, this is what I would describe as beater boot that you could wear in all seasons, all conditions, and not worry about. The production of their shoes in China allows these boots to be more affordable than comparably built shoes from companies such as Alden and others, and yet they feature unique designs and increasingly unique designs, such as this model right here. Their roots seem to lie in Alden, since the founder of Grant Stone worked for a period of time with Alden. But with the release of their brass boots, with the release of this field boot, they're putting more and more of a stamp of their own identity. And they've really gained a strong foothold as a high-value bootmaker. And you can see here how clean this work is done. So if you have any concern about the work done in mainland China by some of the third-party manufacturers who construct these boots, you can see how incredibly clean this work is on the outsole stitch. You can also see the beautiful stitch work done on the upper, very cleanly done, and some of the more moccasin style stitches and rivets that you can see that go into this unique and uniquely beautiful styled boot. This boot also has 5 eyelets and then these 2, I don't know what we call these, not really speed hooks, but essentially additional lace fasteners. I'm sure there's a better term that I should probably use. This is a reverse kudu leather, which feels all the world like a suede leather, but it's actually a rough out leather. This reverse kudu leather is just a beautiful, soft, easy to break in, easy wearing, very comfortable leather. This also is my very first pair to feature a wedge sole. I've not been a huge fan, but I'm giving this a try and ultimately hope that it'll work out. So far I've been fairly happy with the sole. It seems fairly comfortable, and over time this will darken and gain its own quote-unquote patina. But this is a pair that should break in, form its own rolls, shouldn't crease, and really should be built to last a lifetime. The field boot pattern, as you can see, has this bumper built into the front with its own sort of double reinforced padding along the front edge here, so that gives it a little bit more of a rugged toe box. You can see this separate piece of leather then is stitched to form the vamp and the apron along the edge here, and you can see the very clean stitch work done along the edge of the facing, both here as well as along the edge of that facing along the eyelets here. I also am just getting used to these additional facets to help with lacing, and I'm not sure what my opinion on them is yet. This is a 7-inch tall boot that has padding on the upper end to provide extra comfort. I actually really like this padding. It's really comfortable. And you can see the back heel stay has this additional architectural detail, this folded seam and stitch, but it reminds me of some of the makeups from Russell Moccasin and others, Rancourt, who have these slight design cues on their boots. So this kind of reminds me of some of those other models from companies that are making hand sews out of Maine. If I had any criticisms about the boot, you can see where this bumper is placed on this toe right here. If I bring the other bumper up, you can see, and it's a little hard to see, but it's a little offset to the lateral side of the shoe here. So there's a slight asymmetry to the bumpers, which I wish wasn't the case. You can definitely see it right here where it's offset a little to the inside of the shoe here versus here where it feels like it's a little bit more centralized. So you see there maybe leaves a little bit something to be desired. So Grant Stone, if you're watching this, this is something that I would wish for you to correct. This slight offset, that should be, in my opinion, EB grade, but I paid full price. I wanted to give you just another view of the beautiful profile. This is one of the things that when I was looking at this pair, wasn't always getting the best idea about, and it is a really aesthetically pleasing boot. But all in all, Grant Stone has done a really good job in building a essentially everyday boot that you can enjoy in all weather circumstances. So give them a look. They probably offer the best value or bang for your buck in current boot making, and certainly in the heritage menswear community. You're getting a lot of quality for your dollar. There may be some issues in quality control that are harder to control because you can't see these boots in person. They're only available online. So factor that into your decision. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.